A lot of founders and business owners really do struggle to remain consistent in terms of video output, and I find there's one clear inherent reason above all else that is the true cause of their inconsistency: friction. If there's too much friction in the way, it's especially difficult to develop a habit, especially when it comes to video. So what can a founder or a business owner do to remove friction when it comes to video content output? There's a couple of steps I'd recommend. First and foremost, in your most common working area, i.e. your desk, I would make sure you have some sort of permanent camera set up in the corner that's just ready on standby, that you can just sit there and hit record whenever an idea or a topic comes to you. More importantly, you can hit record whenever you're having a conversation on Zoom or a podcast or anything like that, so you capture extra footage, but you've probably heard me preach about that multiple times. That is one of the biggest friction killers, so we don't have to spend extra time setting up the camera, setting up the tripod, setting up the lighting, all that jazz. It's all there, ready for us to just hit record and get on with it. Second is the style. So they don't typically nail down precisely what categories they want to talk about and the style of the footage. So whether they do screen record, talking head, footage of them on a call, whatever it might be, I want you to identify 1, 2, possibly even 3 different forms of video content that you want to consistently output in terms of business growth and in terms of your personal brand. So essentially, I want you to nail down the format so you don't have to consistently think about it. As such, you can even call them content pillars, but even more useful, we call them playlists on YouTube. So there's a reason why we set up playlists on YouTube. It's not just to make life convenient for the viewer, it's to make life almost convenient for the creator. So if you set up playlists, playlist number 1, playlist number 2, and playlist number 3, anytime you're struggling to come up with ideas for topics or anything that you might not be thinking, ooh, does my viewer want to hear this? Have a look at your playlist and think, does the video topic that I want to record fit into one of these playlists? Or if you're completely stuck for ideas, look at the playlist topic and think, what haven't I covered in this particular area that might slot very nicely into this playlist? It essentially just removes the brain fog and, again, kind of removes a bit of friction. So you've got the recording output set up permanently. You've got essentially a consistent content style ready, locked in. What else can we do to remove friction? Thirdly, and this is assuming you're actually taking care of your own editing. Personally, what I do, every single client I work with, and obviously for my own content as well, I develop templates. So a templated style, which equates nicely to my branding and equates nicely to my client's branding. So I don't have to spend any extra time in the edit essentially wondering, does this work? Does this style work? Does this graphic work? Maybe I should try this. Maybe I should try that. No, I've already invested the time into creating a template. Every single time I create new footage, I just simply load the template up, drop the footage into that template, and then proceed from there. I've got all my graphics to hand, I've got my styling to hand, I've got the branding to hand, I've got everything I need to make the editing process as smooth as possible. That's what works for me, that's what works with my clients, and that's what will work with you. So to recap, have a permanent recording device in place, have different styles of content nailed down so you're not scrambling around for ideas, and thirdly, have a template in place to ensure all of your video content has a consistent style relatable to you, your brand, and your business.